Welcome back to Brush Up Your Game, and today, Scout 255, a Resistance's Futile booster. This is a re-review, a look back, and Scout 255 was Borg Scout Cube. It comes on the heels of Scout 608, which was a massive game changer, and you know what? I said, well, Scout 255, it's a pretty good ship. If there's a scan token beside your ship during the modified defense dice step of the combat phase, roll +1 defense die. Because why not, right? It took scan, which was not a great action, but it was a decent action. And then you get to roll a 4th defense die. Said, oh, 4 defense dice. That's got to be good, right? It was a nice idea. Problem, overcosted ship. Lots of shields, which is kind of nice. But, we'll talk about it more. But, it's a little Scout Cube. If you don't pay way too much, if you see this as a recosted ship, it's not bad. Generic's down at 17 now. So if you figure Scout 255 gets repriced, it's in a better position. The tactical drone that came on this ship is at the start of the game, place 2 drone tokens on this card. During the activation phase, before you move, you may spend 1 drone token to remove 1 auxiliary power token from beside your ship. So you go, okay, as a booster, I'm getting a skill 2 captain. Kazon got skill 3. Ferengi got like skill 6. Mirror got skill 3. Vulcans, I think, got skill 4 or 5. And it's just like, okay, I get it. The Borg were good, but to give them a skill 2 captain, just, come on. That just hurts. Yeah. Anyway, and that's for 2 points, right? Which I think anywhere else, this would have been a 1-point captain. And the fact that this costs 2 just hurts. It's a fact of the booster, and it needed to go to 40 points. So then we get a proton beam, and this is a 3-die, 4-point weapon. Attack, disable the card to perform the attack only at range 1, and all damage inflicted by this attack ignores the opposing ship's shields, which is nice. I think one aspect of this game that a lot of people were craving is that secondary weapons, especially like photon torpedoes, quantum torpedoes, big weapons like that, a proton beam, why are they not cutting through shields or doing extra damage through shields? I don't have a good answer for that. But the proton beam to do more damage through shields, sure. But it stinks that you're losing a die. And because you should be rolling 4 dice at range 1. So is it worth trading off a die to bypass shields? Depends on how many shields the enemy has. If they have like 7, 8, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm bypassing shields. If they have like 2 or 3, I don't think I need it. Proton Beam was typically a card I ignored. I said, nah, forget it. I'm not running it. Access Terminal. When you're required to spend any number of drone tokens, you may disable this card to spend those drone tokens from your ship and or any friendly ships within range 1 to 2 of your ship. You may divide spending those drone tokens between your ships however you like. This card's picked up a little bit for me, just with the advent of Borg captains that have drone tokens, but don't need drone tokens for their captain skill. Captains like Locutus and Catherine Janeway. Those captains, because they have the set skill, if you utilize Access Terminal and you want, say, Borg captain with drone tokens, to be able to steal Locutus's or Janeway's drones, I think this helps. I think this is a worthwhile card. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's an amazing card, but I think it serves a purpose. And at this point, I'm gonna highlight a card that serves a purpose. And Access Terminal has that range. It didn't used to. It really didn't used to. It was like, well, I've got these drone tokens, but I'm losing them, and I'm losing captain skill from somewhere, and that's just bad all the way around. Now it's not bad all the way around, so I like it. Then we get 1, and 1 is fun. Action, discard this card to perform this action. For each damage your ship suffers this round, disable one of your active shields instead of destroying it. If you have no active shields left, any excess damage is applied to your hull as normal for 4 points. Okay, great. And you go, okay, on a scout cube, this is not broken, right? You've got 4 shields, no big deal. Then you go out to the game at large. Oh, and this is where it gets weird. One on the oversized Borg cube has 10 shields. You can add extra shields if you have the points, right? You can also put a captain that recurs crew onto play. Or even if you don't, you can put something like Goval into play. So you can have one and use one twice. It's just a lot of extra durability. That's what one does. And again, I don't think it's broken. Because you are sacrificing a card, but one is definitely good, and I think a lot of people tend to ignore them. Now, fair point, you are choosing and declaring, hey, this ship, it's kind of got this cloak of invulnerability on it, unless you can chew through all the shields. The shields are just going to come back next round. So it's kind of destroy the ship now or don't. Well, a lot of people say, okay, fine, I'll just shoot at other ships. Okay, fair. But if you don't have other ships, if one is the one, then one's very, very good. All right, and last card in this pack, Dispersion Field. While this card's deployed to your ship, none of your other upgrades can be affected by your opponents. Discard this card immediately after it protects another upgrade card. In addition, you may roll full defense dice in spite of the presence of an opposing ship scan token. Dispersion Field, not renowned for its full defense dice in spite of the presence of an opposing ship scan token, although kind of nice on the Borg Voyager. I'll give it that. But it's the protection ability. Now, lots of ways to chip through that. Gen Cisco, Koth, those take Dispersion Field out right away. But the fact is, you're kind of not losing a whole lot with the Dispersion Field save. And you're protecting a better card with Dispersion Field. That's your safety net. So I like it. I'm glad it's been changed. There used to be all kinds of wonky rules about it. The days are better, is what I will say. I do think now, with Vulcans around, Dispersion Field to protect the assimilated Borg vessels, the Scout Cubes, is actually a good call. Now, it is a unique card, so you got to make a choice of what ship's getting protected. But I think cards like this, the rolling full defense dice in spite of the presence of an opposing ship's scan token, find ways to use them, because scan shenanigans are more and more annoying. Just look for them. All right, that's it for me. Actually, before I get there, Scout 255. I think it's a solid pack. It's an okay ship. It's not a good drone, tactical drone, but it's an okay tech. It's a good crew. It's a nice Borg upgrade. It's a mediocre weapon, but it's all in all, it's an okay pack. If you can track one down, if you can find it reasonably priced, I think it's worthwhile. I understand some people have a massive aversion to Borg. These are not the Borg that broke the game. These are the Borg that are perfectly fine to play against. They're mildly annoying, but that's the Borg for you. And I think especially if you keep them set to just Borg, life's okay. Anyway, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. And until next time, keep brushing up your game. Take care, everybody.